Hello, welcome to Have a Go, and I'm Alan. Today, start machining this out. Change this out for the face plates. Right, lock the tailstock. Also, lock this. A little bit of oil in there to help things along. Just put an extra nut on the other side so that the end of the bolt wouldn't stick out too far. Okay, I might need a counterweight. This is one of the hold downs from my mill. That's happier. I might just work on the rim in this part before I get too far, because I'll need to thin down the rim anyway. The diameter on this one isn't super critical. I'm going to have to file this stuff off, I think. I don't really want to hit this. I changed the tip on the cutter so it's got a fresh point and it's cutting a lot better now. Now I know for future when it's squealing like that I need to change the cutter. Every time I do something with this I learn something new. The day you stop learning is the day you die. It's surprising just how fast you can bring it down with a bit of file work I should say. I'm inclined to try and do the top of this on the mill. Well, I wouldn't say the dead centre was happy about that, but it stood up to it pretty well. A bit of work I should have done a while ago. There we go. Just need to round the corner here because I'm pretty sure it's hitting on the yoke. Yeah, I've rounded that off now, so hopefully that'll improve matters. This nut is essentially a locking nut. And I'll put this back on. That's the very back of the stroke. Oh, for crying out loud. You recall how I notched this? I put it back in with the notch the wrong way up. Other way up with notch in place. I hate this. Guess who stripped the screw? Some days it's like, why do I bother? There was another bolt. Right, this is directional. That fiasco is why I was reluctant to begin using the cordless drill, and I got smacked in the ass for it. I know that it has a torque setting, but that only works if you remember to set it. Now that all that is done, right now it's doing a full revolution. It seems to need more torque to turn for a longer throw. There's no such thing as a free lunch, so that actually tracks. Okay, it was not working out with the lathe, so I've got it on the mill. Fairly rigid setup, I hope. You may recall that I faced off the other side of this. Come in very handy because that's my reference surface now for this. make the top of that flat. Alright, we're done with the face mill for right this second. The feed tunnel didn't cast properly, so I'm going to have to mill it out. Let's try a smaller cutter, shall we? Right, this is one of the 6 collets that came with the collet chuck. This is a set of collet chucks, which is a lot more than 6. Alright, let's get this on it and see how we get on. Let's see what depth we've got now. About 10 mil. This little air puff is brilliant. Yep, that's enough room for the feed screw. So that should be all the machining I need to do. I am sorely tempted to do a final facing pass just in case. The other interesting thing was that with a good grip with the right sized collet as opposed to what I had to work with, there was no, as well as the spindle going the right way round, I didn't get the cutter trying to climb up into the collet like I did when it was running backwards and it was the wrong size collet. So that was good. The other reason I'm setting up the face mill is because the next lot of operations I'll be doing in the mill will be facing off the castings for the rest of the tool head. And yeah, I wound up buying a second set of 1, 2, 3 blocks because I could see that I was going to need them for these kind of setups. Alright, more ISO 68 oil. So this is the pocket I just milled out. I'm pretty sure that most experienced machinists would laugh and go ha ha, but considering where I've started and how much I've learnt, I think I'm doing pretty well for myself. If I didn't have the mill, I would have had to change all that and then do a lot of hand filing, and it would have taken weeks. Alright, scrape this in. Shouldn't take too long, I hope. We get nice coverage all over. Yep, we're getting coverage all over now. Two passes and it's done. That mill is wonderful. And I just realised I haven't already cut the ways to go on it. I think I'm going to have to cut this and then leave it in the degreaser for a bit. Alright, quick deburring and I'll clean it with some isopropyl. It's amazing just how much the isopropyl on its own can take off. Right, put it in the evaporust for a bit. And it just fits. Right, start marking this out for drilling. Right, one end I need 3/8. The other end I need 5/8. Right, now to do some pilot drills. Alright, tack one. Right, let's get rid of the burr. These little Phillips screws are just temporary while I'm doing this. Alright, now to gang out the other 4. I might move those holes about 12 mil. As it is, they're going into the tunnel. Prodigy just finished. I'll just go change the album. I'm moving this so that the tap doesn't hit the vise when the end of it goes through the casting. Some of the screws are being stubborn, so I'm just going to drain these. Well, I've got enough guff on the reamer. I'm glad I did that. Right. I'm not going to cut this arbor to length just yet because I still have to machine the protractor disc that'll go right behind it. So I don't know what the final length is going to be just yet. I also still have to drill and tap the feed screw hole there. So put this to one side for now. Next we'll be starting on this, the protractor disc, and the bit that'll slide up and down there. So this will be a lathe job, this will be a mill job. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.